Hello, this is Imi and welcome to the London Open Report. Today, the 26th of November. So what is the London Open Report? Let me tell you. So I've decided to record an episode every day. It's going to be mostly a daily report on how the market moved during the first 2 hours of the London session. Some of you might know that we trade the London Open starting at 8 a.m. UK every day. And we trade the DAX 30. Now, if you don't know DAX 30, that's okay. This is not a Forex pair. It's an index. What is an index? Well, it is a German index, just like the Dow 30 or the S&P 500. It is an index of the prices of the top 30 largest German companies on the German stock exchange. So if you quickly Google what is an index, you will find out that an index contains the prices of 30, 100, like so the FTSE 100 is the UK top 100 companies. So they kind of take the prices of all of them and create an index out of it, and then they quote. So if all of the markets, when the whole of the market moves, so it's basically an average of all of them. So let's say you have all the different companies with different prices, put them together, take an average of it, and then it gives you a figure. Everyone kind of does every index that we see, like the Dow or the S&P or the Nikkei or the FTSE. They have slightly different methods. Sometimes they have a little bit more weight to a certain company, so that kind of affects more. So let's say if a company has more weight and it moves a lot, then it will move that index as well. I don't know why, but the Dow 30 and the DAX 30, they are both considered volatile. They are volatile, they move a lot, and for that reason we traded on the M1, and that is what gives us the edge. So what happened today? Well, today, and I'm going to talk about yesterday as well because we missed yesterday's episode. Today it was, oh, that's not the chart. Let's bring that one. Here we are. So, is it this one? Yeah. Okay. London Open would be here. So that's London Open. Now, this is the strategy that I don't talk about, but I'm talking about it now. And probably if I continue talking about it, everybody will know how to trade it, but it's still difficult. It's called the low bot. So for a low bot, this wasn't a box at the moment. This was a big box like this, but it was still 15 pips. And if you put a line here and you go to the M5, this is what you would have seen. Price was outside the M5 box. So it was very easy for me to go short only. So this is a simple rule. When the market is above the box, the M5 box, I will only look for longs. And if it's below the M5 box, I will only look for shorts. And the other thing that I would do for a low bot is that as soon as market opens, that's the price, right? Hold on. This is the open. So if this is the open, I will put a line there. Now, I used to put a line, and we have an indicator that can draw a line for you automatically, but I don't do that now. So what happens is that this is my anchor point. So if price goes above it, I'm only looking for longs. But if it closes below it, I'm only looking for shorts. So around here, it was very, very easy for me. I had a pending order down because of that line that we have. Let me just go to M5 again. I'm going to move that line and make it the M5 line, okay, if you don't mind. So what we'll do this, okay, go back there. So this is the M5 line. So as soon as this box was created, I know that anything below this is below the M5 box and it's below the M1 and it's London Open. You go in, your stop loss is about 10 or 13 pips, comes down here, goes back up, comes down. Around here, I took my profits. Meanwhile, I also took a cherry. I took a cherry trade in between this, and that cherry was then closed break even because it came around here and I moved my stop loss to break even and price went up. And that's it. I was done because I'd taken 2 trades. I looked at this one, but it wasn't a setup one. Why? Can you tell me why it's not a setup one? Tell me now. Pause the video and think about it. Okay, so you're back. What is your reason? The box is big. If you did that, that was perfect. And you can even see it. The box is lighter color on this, so it's more than what I like. So this was not a setup one because of that. I mean, it was a setup one, but it did not qualify. Well, it was a setup, but it wasn't a setup one because it did not qualify those rules. And if you were paying attention and looking at the market when this tight box was created, you could have at an advanced level, at least stage 3, you could have made an entry here. That wouldn't have done much for you anyway. But if you kept on with the stop loss and everything, then probably around here it would have broke. But really didn't happen. So after this, I did not trade and nothing really happened. So nothing fancy here. And because there's nothing fancy here, what I'll do is I will talk about yesterday's trade. So yesterday we traded here. I think the London Open is around here. Let me go back to the other chart. So if we go to the other chart, we will go back to the London Open. Yes, that's the London Open. You have a low bot here as well, but let's not talk about it. This was almost taken. I was about to take it, and if I took it, it would be a rent, not a problem at all. Then we took this trade here. Yes, the cherry was taken. Cherry came down, should have taken the profit, but it went up and it was a break even. Then appeared the apple. The apple signal is it's taken from the fruit method. So the fruit is a reversal method, but we've taken the highest probability method. There's a fruit in the fruit reversal method, which is actually a reversal of a corrective wave. So this is a fruit that happens between the purple and the gator. And so we took a first entry here and add on here and then closed it for a technical break even, which we see here. So this is the first entry on the fruit, and then the second is the add-on. So now, is this a setup one? Should you have taken this? Pause the video and think about it. Okay, so what have you decided? Big box? If you said that, that is correct. And you can see the box was big. You can see it's light, it's not dark. And even if it's not light, visually it's big. So visual is also important. One is finding out how many points is it from the top to the bottom here, right? That's one thing. But visually as well, as you can see, and this is the concept that we coined, I think a couple of years ago, was it last year? The concept of, let me bring it here. The concept of iBox, the inside box. So what is that? If you can see this, the low of this box, the high of this box is lower than the high of this box, right? And the low of this box is higher than this. So basically, visually, you can see this box is inside this. So just like the concept of the inside candle or the inside bar, this is the iBox, the inside box. That makes it very attractive, but obviously it wasn't a trade for us around here. Why? Pause the video and tell me. Because of this. There was no fresh cross of zero line. So if this fresh cross of zero line was happening and the box was like this, then it would be an absolutely perfect setup one. There we go. So what else? Let's go to the next one. And then I asked everybody a question. Do you think this is a setup? Do you think this dollar CAD, is this a setup? Right? And if you want to tell me, please use the comment section. Let's see if you know if it is a setup one or not. Okay, what happened afterwards? The euro dollar M30. Oh, so this is a trade that we took. Actually, I took it on the M15 as a famous setup, but it's a great setup one on the M30, as you can see. So the entry obviously is here. Stop loss would be here. Then it kind of went down and went up, almost hit the stop loss. By that time, it was break even anyway, and then it started going down again. This is a lovely, lovely setup one. Now compare this to the dollar CAD. What is wrong here? Hint, hint. So this is a nice, clean sideways wave 4. What else happened? Oh, so in the afternoon session, we traded the Dow 30. That's the US 30. And so the important thing here is the hunt methodology. Hunt methodology is that price breaks out and comes back to where it broke from, and then you have the seed. So based on the seed, I took the entry. It was a little bit of a slip, or maybe I was a bit late, and stop loss was here. Simple as that. A few minutes later, what happened? A few minutes later, is it in the recording zone? Yes. Price goes up. 1 hour, stop loss is moved. Prices goes 1 hour in my favor. Stop loss move to entry level. And that is where, if you're a beginner trader, if you're able to move your stop loss to break even, it lets you go into what we call the risk-free state of mind, where you're relaxed. It becomes a demo trade, and then you don't make mistakes because there's no risk involved. And what happened later? Come on. This is just a view of the, this is the view of the hourly chart. So you can see I was very keen on going long because the hourly is showing a clear open gator and going up. One more look at the euro dollar trade that we took yesterday. Okay, so here the market went up, came down, up again, and I intuitively decided that this was it. It was not going up, and actually turned out to be a very good decision because market went up after that. One more. I think this is going to be the last one. Yeah, that's the one. So this is the M15 chart. This is what I actually took, and you can see another apple here. So if I was here earlier, I could have taken the apple, and this would be the add-on. But is this a good setup one? Even without the apple? Yes, because it is an apple, but at the same time, box is not big. And this is also kind of a thing. Most of the time, you wouldn't see me taking an apple if the box itself is tight, right? So if the box is tight, I can take a full 1% trade on the setup one. If the box is not tight and it's big, then that means that the wave 4 probably is a zigzag wave 4, and I can enter half of the position with the apple and then add on the box if the box is big. But if the box is tight, I can just take one signal, position of 1%, and that's it. So that is that. And then did anything happen after that? Yes, I think so. Yeah, we have to do the updates on the... Yeah, so price went up, came down. This is the Dow 30 that I took yesterday in the US session. Maybe I'll do another video about US sessions as well, but I don't always trade US sessions. Sometimes I do it. And so another cherry was created, but I didn't take an entry because I was already in the trade. Back to the euro dollar. Oh, yes. So this was a good decision, as you can see. Otherwise, it would have, I wouldn't have made anything. Here, at least I made 1%. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That was the trade. So I went out, or was it downstairs? Whatever I did, ATM was on. It was moving it was moving stop loss using the box trail, but also had a 30-point target point and a hit target point. Easy peasy. And I think later on I was looking at it, and yeah, if I just traded the box, if I didn't have a target point and I trailed the box only, then I would have got 50 points. And remember, the initial risk was only 12. So that is a lot of profit. And that's what happened yesterday. I hope there was something in there for you. If you have any questions, and if you want me to make a video on something else, please let me know, and I will add it to my daily report. So this was the London session report, and I hope you liked it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if yes, please hit the like button. Do you have any questions or ideas for upcoming videos? Then leave a comment. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any future videos. See you next time.